it's super hard looking at like the intraday moves, the day-to-day moves of these markets that are just so driven by the headlines and what's coming out of the White House, of which no one knows if they're permanent, temporary, long-term decisions. The only thing that I can really look to, if you're looking overall of like what's going to happen, there's the one thing that is happening this year is the US need to refinance a whole ton of debt. I think it's like 7 trillion out of the 36 trillion. Like that is going to happen. And I think the most the point that really resonated me with the most this week was the fact that when the stock market was crashing and yields were going up, which is very unusual, and to the theory of like he's crashing the market so yields can go down, kind of, oh god, that's not happening. That's when you started to see, okay, we're pausing tariffs. So it's clearly like that's one of the things that they really can't afford to let happen, is let those yields rise, because they know they have to refinance all this debt, and this has to get refinanced at a lower rate or they are in a really bad predicament. And those rates, obviously, they hit house prices, they hit mortgages, they hit businesses, they hit everything. People on Main Street, mom and pop shops, that they're really saying that these are who we're trying to support now. Those rates hit those people so hard. So I have to think that the long term plan here is to get rates down, and then they refinance the debt. When that happens, liquidity flows back into the system, banks start lending again, money comes in and everything. And one of the best proxies in terms of markets and stuff is global liquidity, right? So as soon as, and that's already started to increase. So that's something we're looking at closely, is the global liquidity, and just watching how these yields are behaving. And the Fed has the power, right? Whether it's to cut rates or just to come in and start buying bonds. That, in my mind, is going to happen. Like rates are going to have to come down, because otherwise the US are in such big trouble, and Trump doesn't want that. The stock market can go up and down; it's quite easy, like whatever. Refinancing debt is, that happens and it stays there at a certain rate. So that's what I'm watching very closely, and I think it was very telling when those rates went up, the reaction that they had to do and the policy they had to change.